Where are the laid off tech employees going? CNBC Marathon.
The tech sector shed more than 386,000 jobs in 2022 and the first half of 2023.
80% of Twitter either left or...
Every single Silicon Valley engineer is becoming a fisherman. Every single one is becoming a construction worker / farmer. They're building with their hands. They're getting out to the field. They're tossing the keyboard in the trash. And they are becoming a strong, powerful, independent blue-collar worker.
Quit or was pushed out, laid off, whatever you want to call it, and yet the website still runs.
Hate that fucking argument. Yeah, Twitter still runs, bro, but they kicked out 80% of the workers and they lost 80% of the value. 1 to 1. It is literally 20% as valuable as it was. It's more unprofitable than ever. Like, it's not like it was a massive success. It wasn't like it just this brilliant genius move that saved the company. The company's in a terrible spot.
Approximately 50,000 H-1B holders lost their status due to unemployment.
H-1B is something I'm only now learning more about. I knew about it at NVIDIA because it was a big part of, NVIDIA has a lot of H-1B visas, but it's only now like the scope of it is fully aware to me that the people on an H-1B visa working at a company are truly captured. They have no option. Like, they really can't negotiate well for salary. They can't do anything because if the company decides to let them go or fire them, they have to leave the country. So they're totally locked into that job. Even if it's like a nice higher end job, it's so much more of a desperation moment for them. It's not a great system, especially for like, incredibly talented high skilled workers that are like benefiting the economy from day one. Totally net gain. It's just incredibly bad.
And the start of 2024 seems no different as layoff announcements, especially in the tech industry, continue to make headlines.
Units affected.
This is Squeaks erasure, by the way. It's insane that Squeaks gets zero mention in this 40-minute video about the true pioneer of laid off influencers.
So why are big tech companies and other industries laying off tens of thousands of workers at a time when the U.S. economy looks strong on paper?
Good question.
In 2020, tech's top 7 companies added $3.4 trillion in value. The Fed's emergency moves to bolster the pandemic-hit economy, like cutting interest rates to near zero, helped boost tech stocks. This move helped the tech industry to expand.
Damn, look how much Zuckerberg hired. They like doubled the company's size in 2 years. There's just no way that can be run efficiently. I remember that happened at Twitch. When Twitch went from 100 employees to like 1,200 employees so fast, nobody even like knew who their manager was. Everything was so mismanaged, and there was so many people that didn't have any idea what they were doing in positions of leadership over new people who didn't know what they were doing. Amazon's a bit different because like Amazon's the second largest employer in the whole country, and like 1.2 million of these or whatever is warehouse workers. So it's like it's scaling up like a more of like a blue collar 9-to-5 type job. It's not the same thing as like scaling up their white collar offices org chart where they have to figure out who reports to what and who does what and whose jobs make sense. And was it chill to be a worker during the chaos at Twitch? Yeah, it was, because everybody that got burnt out by it just would play Melee for 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. During the peak of Twitch chaos, we had a group of like, I'm not kidding, 12 people that would be like constantly taking 2-hour lunches to play Melee. But what I've learned since then is like, if that's happening, you should know this good time won't last. Now that I'm a little bit older, I just thought, this is the way it is. This is awesome. You should know that like, this is a sign that things are about to crack down. Like Amazon's gonna step in. Anyway, I didn't truly understand it back then, but now I get it. The fruits of success contain the seed of decay. Did you invent that? That's a beautiful line. I'm gonna Google it. I'm sorry, I hate to give you so much credit before I know. There's a similar quote, but not exact. I think you have an official bar. Every fruit of success carries within it a seed of destruction, is the closest we can get. But I'm gonna give you an official bar. It's different. I was looking at a bunch of like, not the big AI startups, not like, you guys know OpenAI and Microsoft and NVIDIA and Google and the really big AI companies, but I was looking at all of like the mid-tier ones, and it's like, there is 20 AI companies that have a combined value of like 200 billion. It's like 10 billion, 15 billion, 5 billion, 2 billion. And all combined, they make about $200 million. They're worth 200 billion and they make 200 billion. So like some of these companies are going to fail. It's like the dot-com era. I mean, some will be great. Some of these companies will be the next Amazon or whatever, and they're going to be f***ing huge. But a lot of them are going to just fail. They don't have any revenue.
Yeah, I ask every tech CEO, do you take inspiration for what Elon does? Yeah. And they'll say on the record, no, we don't. We would never want to do that. But, you know, in the group chats, they're all like, wow, that was an amazing move.
Most miserable f***ing group chat. Just a group chat, a bunch of tech CEOs glazing Elon and then firing their employees.
Automation has increased efficiency for some of the workers who are able to utilize AI to make marketing decisions, to analyze data, to serve customers more efficiently and effectively.
Who is using it for marketing decisions, and what would it say? How do I market my product? These people's backgrounds are pissing me off. Why? The books? What's wrong with having books as your background? I'm sorry. Is there a problem with having a bookshelf as your background to show off your literacy? Fake ass unread books. I've read every fucking book on this shelf. Every fucking one. Shows you're into the wrong kind of paper. I'm sorry. So you would prefer if instead of a bookshelf of books, it was a bookshelf of money? Wouldn't that be a really obnoxious flex?
Right now, I don't see that there's a big impact from AI in these tech layoffs. Some businesses have maybe cited that they're trying to, shift priorities.
Yeah, that's what I think. This guy's more right. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know that AI is making some jobs more productive, and some jobs could be automated theoretically if it was like totally doable by ChatGPT. But there's not a lot of like a job that is purely replaceable by current AI. I think it's like entry-level law, where they do a lot of like summarization. I think some companies are saying they're doing layoffs for AI, and they're doing layoffs because they need to cut costs. Like, it sounds better in the press release of like, hey, we're AI future forward. I want to say sorry. Some journalists have been 100% laid off. There's a lot of websites that were already slop journalism, and now they're slop AI journalism, and you can't even hardly tell a difference. But they replaced the humans. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Dexerto type beat. Financial Times? No, not Financial Times, bro. Everyone there is a human. I think Financial Times is pretty good at giving a solid high-level overview of the situation. Solid, pretty unbiased take. There's people who are like super hardcore, never tax me, whatever, who call the FT the lefty. And it's just funny because on the front page of my FT today is an article that says, "Don't trust liberals." It's like right here staring me in the face. It's like, it's just funny because I think they're pretty honest. Bro printed out his For You page. Funniest way to describe a newspaper. Yeah, dude, I have a print version of my For You page. It's actually, I just wanted to hold it, so I printed it right out of the printer. How do I scroll this thing? The end of cushy tech jobs? You know what I'm gonna miss are those day in the life TikToks.
The public sharing.
Sorry, I don't want to move past this. Someone in chat said, I once deadass tried to pinch to zoom on a book. Sorry, I just didn't want you to let that slide. That's f***ing crazy. Your brain is cooked like a f***ing fried egg. You deadass tried to pinch to zoom a piece of paper.
Tech companies that conducted widespread layoffs have seen a bounce in their stocks. The tech-heavy NASDAQ climbed 43% in 2023, its best year since 2020. Meta was the biggest gainer among big tech, surging over 194%.
Let's go, Zuck!
And so the stock price, the investors really favored profitability.
So lay
really
off more.
Favored
Bro, we need to stand against the companies that sympathize with them. The companies have our best interests at heart, okay? You should find the richest company in your town and give them a tip. Wait, this is over a year old? This is old? No, it's not. Oh my God, dude. This was published in August of 23? I don't care anymore. I was wondering, dude, why? I was like, wait, it's the unemployment rate is up from here. It's at it was at 4.3 and then down to 4.1. That's part one. That's the full video. And that part was published in February 24. Okay? Beginning of this year. We're not going back to August. We're not going back to November. So we'll call it there. That's perfect. We had a lot of discussion on it. I was very interested, but I'm not going to go watch a video from August. So much has changed.